Panic ensues in New York as gunfire rings throughout the tunnels. We have the updates.
Murder charges are dropped against a Texas woman for doing this.
And a change may be coming for the transportation mask mandates. Stay tuned.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV News at Noon. I'm Madison Myers.
And I'm Sydney Deshawn.
A horrifying scene in a Brooklyn subway this morning has New York police on a manhunt for the culprit. The suspect, believed to be a 5-foot black male wearing an orange reflective vest and a gas mask, threw smoke bombs onto the subway before opening fire on passengers. New York police and fire department are on the scene and have asked residents to avoid the area. 13 victims have been hospitalized so far with varying conditions. Although they are all believed to be non-life-threatening, the NYPD is working closely with the FBI and have asked witnesses to contact them with any information. We'll have more information for you as the story develops on our nightly newscast at 6 p.m. tonight.
What is usually a time for celebration turned into a scene of panic after gunfire erupted at a 16-year-old's birthday party in Houston. Shots from multiple weapons damaged cars and homes and injured one teenager. Tom Abrahams with KTRK has more.
23 seconds of gunfire, between 30 and 50 rounds, at least 3 different weapons. Investigators gave us this video in the hopes that it helps find the shooters. The lead on the case is investigator Robert Gonzalez.
We're attempting to locate and get more information from the public, so if anyone out there has information that will help me, please contact me here at the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office.
Caught in the middle of the chaos, resident Robin V. as she returned home late Saturday night with her daughter.
There were so many shots. I just can't believe that more people weren't wounded, killed, more damage. It could have been so much worse.
Cars and homes were damaged, but in all of the gunfire, just one person was shot in the foot. That was a teenage party goer, one of the dozens at the home rented through Airbnb for a 16th birthday party.
A fight ensued and people started to run. That's all I've gotten.
Lots of very young kids that just got out of hand very quickly. I know it can happen anywhere, but it just feels like this could have been avoided.
Several residents tell us the neighborhood HOA does not allow short-term rentals, and it's not the first time that home was rented through the Airbnb app. Airbnb told us today they have removed the home and suspended the person who rented it, pending their own investigation. In a statement to ABC 13, a company spokesperson wrote, "Airbnb bans parties and we condemn this senseless gun violence. We have reached out to the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office and stand ready to support their investigation. We take party house issues seriously and support fair regulations that balance anti-party measures while empowering our local host community to continue earning meaningful additional income. In the meantime, investigators are hoping this video helps them learn more about what happened. They ask you call Crime Stoppers at 800-460-2222. Reporting in Brazoria County, Tom Abrams, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
A Texas district attorney has filed a motion to dismiss the murder charge against a woman arrested last week for a self-induced abortion, an arrest that sparked outrage amongst abortion rights supporters in the Lone Star State. Stephanie Rosales with KRGV has the story.
As expected, Starr County District Attorney Gocha Allen Ramirez filing today to dismiss a murder indictment against Lizelle Herrera. She was arrested last Thursday, then released on bond Saturday.
The story of Lizelle Herrera seems to be a story of overreach.
Elizabeth Sepper is a professor of law at the University of Texas in Austin. She says clearly, according to Texas law, Herrera could not be charged with murder.
The Texas legislature has decided that people who self-induce abortions cannot be tried under the homicide statute. It's right there in the language of the law.
But she does admit there are some details about this case we still don't know. We reached out to District Attorney Ramirez to ask him more questions. So far, we have not heard back. But in a statement he released yesterday, he said, quote, "It is clear that Ms. Herrera cannot and should not be prosecuted for the allegation against her."
The press statement, yes, is quite clearly a statement of error on the part of the prosecutor's office.
Almost immediately, Herrera sparked outrage locally and made national headlines. Many advocacy organizations have since come on board to offer support for she and her family, including the National Latina Institute for Reproductive Justice.
It created these situations here in Texas where people were confused about what is legal and what isn't, especially when it comes to abortion care.
And I think to the overarching takeaway point is that there is not a criminal law in the state of Texas that can be used against pregnant people who have sought or self-induced an abortion.
We also reached out to Herrera's attorney to ask him more detailed questions, but we were told he was out in court all day.
Last year, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed strict abortion legislation into law, nicknamed the Heartbeat Act, that prohibits abortion if embryonic or fatal cardiac activity is detected, something that typically occurs as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. It's finally starting to feel super warm outside, but I did see a few dark clouds walking to the studio this morning. I wonder what we can expect for the rest of this week.
Yeah, you know, Maddie, we are going to be seeing some rain later tonight, but I will break that down later in the forecast. Currently, we are sitting at 78 degrees, and it does feel about the same with those wind speeds at 16 miles per hour. Now, moving on to tonight, our temperatures are going to warm up. It'll be feeling like 81 with those similar wind speeds at 16 miles per hour. Now, looking into tomorrow's forecast, our sun will be back out. There will be lots of clouds in the sky as well, and our temperatures will be fairly nice. It'll be 79, feeling like 81 with those high wind speeds at 17 miles per hour. Now, that is all I have for our first look. Make sure to stay with us for our full weather forecast later in the show. Back to you at the desk, Maddie.
Thanks, Sydney. With spring finally here, that means an end to the semester is coming soon, which also means finals week is around the corner. If you're looking for a quiet place to study or even a tutor, the Learning Center is the perfect place for you. Our reporter Kyle Orr can tell us all about it. Kyle?
Thanks, Maddie. Finals are just around the corner. If you're like me, a little extra help during those lengthy study sessions might be just what all of us tired students are going to need. The UNT Learning Center, located at Sage Hall, room 170, is offering tutoring with its best and brightest peer leaders for over 40 different courses. If you're feeling overwhelmed, the center is also offering a coach's corner with decompressing activities and plenty of free snacks. You can join your fellow students in person on the first floor of Sage Hall Tuesday, April 26th and Wednesday, April 27th from 3 to 6 p.m. or virtually on Thursday, April 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. We look forward to seeing you all here preparing the test with the best. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kyle. If you're thinking of traveling for the summer, you might want to stick around to hear what changes will be made.
And a lively new place that may get you and your kids jumping for joy. Stay tuned after the break.
Imagine it's ice cream day at the office. And everyone from the day before voted for their favorite flavor. Everyone but you. You decided not to vote. The flavor they picked isn't the one that you wanted. But can you really complain? Shh! Now imagine that with an elected official.
Choose not to vote, choose not to be heard. Get registered today.
It's that time of year where everyone plays a dangerous game with the flu. Going in uneducated, you run the risk of symptoms like cough, migraine, and fatigue. Don't be like this guy. Combat the flu with cough drops, ibuprofen, and a good night's sleep. Be smart, don't catch the flu.
Mandatory masks on a plane or bus might soon be a thing of the past. The White House says the Disease Control and Prevention will release a framework for the decision this week. CNN reporter Amy Kiley shows us some of the factors that might be at play.
I think everything is still on the table.
The federal public transportation mask mandate expires Monday unless the Biden administration extends it. The White House says the CDC will release a new framework within days to help it make that decision.
We don't want to prejudge this. We want to look at what the evidence says and what the framework shows, and then use that as a decision-making tool.
Right now, people have to wear masks when using public methods of travel, like planes and trains. They also have to wear them in hubs, like airports and ferry terminals. Many U.S. airlines say they'd like the mask mandate to end, but cases are starting to tick up in some parts of the country. Philadelphia is the first major U.S. city to reinstate its mask mandate for indoor public spaces.
If we wait to find out and to put our masks back on, we'll have lost our chance to stop the wave.
Not everyone likes that idea.
I'm not a supporter of these mandates. What I'm a supporter of is educating and empowering the public so that they can make responsible decisions. But I think those kinds of mandates are counterproductive, particularly at this time.
Of course, when it comes to traveling safely, location matters. The CDC says a trip to most countries in Europe would be very high risk right now. Even countries it classifies as low risk might have complications on the ground. After all, that's how the CDC categorizes China. But Shanghai is under a strict COVID-19 lockdown. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
With mask mandates potentially being lifted, a new poll finds that the vast majority of Americans believe COVID-19 is no longer a crisis. This poll found that less than 10% of Americans describe it as a crisis currently. 3 in 4 call it a manageable problem, and 1 in 6 said it's not even a problem. These statistics raise major challenges for public health officials in managing possible new surges. It also says the number of employees requiring masks fell by nearly half over the last month, from 39% to 22%. 37% of respondents said they have already gone back to their pre-pandemic lives, which is a new survey high. The poll took place from April 8th to 11th on a national sample of more than 1,000 people ages 18 and up.
The Biden administration has announced a 4-step plan in an effort to reduce the burden of healthcare debt. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke on the action the White House plans on implementing and the importance of tackling healthcare debt.
No one in our nation should have to go bankrupt just to get the health care they need. And that is why our administration is prioritizing this issue of medical debt. First, by taking action to protect consumer rights.
In the new plan, the Department of Health and Human Services will begin by evaluating the billing process altogether. Secondly, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will investigate credit reporting companies and debt collections. Next, the White House will provide guidance for federal agencies to eliminate medical debt as an underwriting factor in credit programs. And lastly, the administration plans on making it easier for low-income veterans to have their Veteran Affairs medical debt forgiven. With it finally warming up, I can't wait to spend a little more time outside and hopefully go for a nice swim this weekend. Sydney, what can I expect for the rest of the week?
Thanks, Maddie. As we can see, we are seeing some beautiful temperatures throughout North Texas. We are having temperatures ranging from the high 70s all the way to the mid 80s. Our warmest point is going to be out here in Graham at 85, and our warmer other points are going to be in the middle of Denton at 78, and the middle of Decatur at 78 as well, and also in Stephenville at 79. Now let's go ahead and zoom out to our state map. Again, we are seeing those beautiful summer temperatures that we've all been waiting for. Our warmer points are going to be down in Austin at 83 and down in Abilene at 82 as well. And then our chillier points are going to be all the way out in El Paso at 76 and up in Amarillo at 76 as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our 7-day forecast. Now today we can expect some rain later in the evening, but Wednesday through Friday we are going to be seeing our sunshine again, and it will be feeling less humid. We're also going to be having a high of 87 on Friday. Now, whenever we are going to be back in the weekend, we can see that on Saturday and Sunday, we are also going to be seeing some more thunderstorms. Now, those are again going to be later in the evening, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. But whenever we start our new week next week, we are going to be seeing some sun again, so make sure you're just wearing the right attire whenever you are going out. But that is all I have for our full weather. Make sure to stay with us. Back to you at the desk, Maddie.
Thanks, Sydney. If you're looking for something to relieve your stress and have a little fun, then we have the perfect place for you. Altitude Trampoline Park is located right here in Denton. Is full of all the fun you need. Our reporter Carmen Collins can tell us more about it. Carmen?
Thanks, ladies. If you're trying to find a place to have fun, Altitude Trampoline Park just might be the perfect place to go in Denton. Altitude is welcome to children and adults. The trampoline park is known globally with many locations in the area. The park is open on Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Prices are determined by the number of hours you jump. For a good price, kids under 6 can jump for 1 hour just $8.95. The regular price for one generally $12.95. So what are you waiting for? You can get active and have all the fun that you want. That's it for Denton on a Dime. Back to you, Sydney and Madison.
Thanks, Carmen. The fourth time may be the charm as NASA gets ready to launch a new mission.
And coming up, find out the tips and tricks to getting that fit summer body.
Man, I have all these non-perishable food items and I don't know what to do with them.
I don't have any food at all.
Do you have too many non-perishable goods?
Yeah.
Have you run out of food and can't get any more?
Yeah.
Well, don't have a cow? Head on down to the UNT Food Pantry. Located behind Crumley Hall and Diamond Eagle Student Resource Center, the Food Pantry is the place for UNT students to get all the food they need. You'll be utterly surprised by all the options they have there. From gluten-free to lactose intolerant, even vegan and vegetarian, they have it all. Go to studentaffairs.unt.edu/food pantry for more information.
Move on down to the UNT Food Pantry.
Hi, I'm Kennedy, the president of Black Film Club, and what I love about BFC is the atmosphere and the members. The family feel that we have in our club is really genuine. What about you, Bree?
My name is Bree. I'm the vice president of Black Film Club, and what I love about Black Film Club is it's a small but close, like, little family. You know, I feel like a lot of times when you go to a PWI, it's hard to find like a Black community that share the same interests in you. So I'm very blessed and grateful to have, found my family.
What I would say I like about Black Film Club is obviously the environment that it sets for everybody. I love the officers. I've been rocking with basically all of them since day one, since freshman year. We all came in here at the same time, all got involved with Black Film Club at the same time. So it's been a nice community to grow with, and then seeing new members come, seeing them get interested, seeing how they like Black film, teaching them what we can teach them before we leave, and giving them the mantle to take over. It's a blessing.
NASA is hoping the fourth time will be the charm on Tuesday. NASA officials will perform another test on its Artemis 1 mission. This is known as a wet dress rehearsal and was adjusted due to complications during the third attempt, which occurred this past weekend. Engineers noticed a non-functioning helium check valve. NASA says that the pre-launch test is needed to make sure the rocket's hardware is safe. The results will confirm if more tests are needed prior to liftoff of the mission, which is planned to happen next month.
With summer just around the corner, many people are determined to get that fit summer body. ntTV's reporter Tristan Van Been had the chance to go to Fit and Wise in Decatur to talk with nutritionists about what food we should be eating to get healthy. Check out what he learned at Fit and Wise to find the answer.
As we get closer to summertime, many Americans will begin to go outside and partake in physical exercise. During these warm temperatures, we must be extra cautious about what foods we put into our bodies. Maintaining a balanced diet will help ensure that you can achieve your fitness goals.
It's paramount. It's a huge factor. Nutrition and hydration, are everything. If I'm depleted in, certain key nutrients, or if I'm not getting enough nutrients, or I'm not getting the right nutrients, I'm not going to recover as fast. I'm not going to recover as well, which will then hinder my performance at some point, or it might hinder my healing.
One issue people face when they want to start getting into shape is they don't feel like committing to a long, strict diet. While staying disciplined will give you the results you want, a cheat meal every so often will help you stay on your meal plan without getting burnt out.
It's good to be strict, and it's good to, be disciplined and dialed in, but it's not gonna, kill you to enjoy a meal once in a while.
Keep in mind, a day-to-day diet is not the only option when it comes to making adjustments to your nutrition. It can be easier than you think.
The easiest way to start making an impact on your diet, your overall health, is very small changes.
Everyone's nutritional needs are different, so it is hard to claim one food group as the perfect fat loss formula. But Christian believes there is one group that comes the closest to kickstarting fat loss.
The most underrated fat loss food would definitely be our protein, especially in women. Women think, oh, I need, to only eat my vegetables and low carb this and salads constantly. We need our protein as women. We forget that, we also have muscle and that we need to constantly be fueling our muscles and our bodies, and we forget about that protein. It's not just a salad diet all the time.
Well, Maddie, all of this talk about getting fit for summer has me wondering what is going on in the sports world.
Yeah, Sydney, I heard about the devastating injury to Luka, but I think our sports anchor Brandon Bunworth can tell us more. Brandon?
Thank you, ladies. Today, I'm talking Mean Green softball, the WNBA draft, and yes, the injury that's got the entire Metroplex holding their breath. Don't go anywhere. I'm sad. I want to cry.
Hey, man, are you okay in there? You look terrible. Have you been up all night? Don't you know that according to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, staying up all night can have a negative effect on your GPA?
Sleep?
Yeah, go to bed.
So a man's been walking in the desert for days at a time. He finally comes across a bar and orders a Coke.
That's not funny.
Eh? Eh?
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O.
This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Your Mean Green women's softball team continues to dominate. With its 11-4 win over UTSA in San Antonio on Sunday, our ladies secured their 5th consecutive League Series win. Left-hander Ashley Peters picked up her 12th win of the season as Kaylee Gamble showed out behind the plate, going a perfect 3 for 3 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI and a walk. Gamble continues to rake this year, as she's played in all of the games, recorded 33 RBIs and 10 home runs so far this season. The Mean Green will look to keep this momentum going as they host SFA tonight at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. The WNBA draft got underway last night, and your Dallas Wings, with the number 7 pick, selected Northwestern guard Veronica Burton, who was the Big Ten WBCA Defensive Player of the Year. At 5'9", Burton is considered a premier defender and can immediately make an impact on a Wings team that really needed an upgrade at that spot. The Atlanta Dream selected Ryan Howard with the top pick, who was the SEC Player of the Year as a junior and a sophomore, and said it was a dream come true to become the first pick in the draft. Local star Nylissa Smith out of Baylor went second to the Indiana Fever and said she's coming into the league hungry to show what she can do. Smith averaged 22.1 points this season for the Bears and can play both small and power forward in the WNBA. It's perhaps the biggest NBA talking point right now going into the playoffs. Unfortunately, our superstar Luka Doncic got injured in the regular season finale against San Antonio on Sunday night. The injury came in the third quarter, just minutes before Luka would have normally been shut down. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's literally the worst possible time for an injury like this to happen. I was in attendance on Sunday night, and the crowd was electric, fired up, ready for a playoff atmosphere, until the breath of the entire arena was taken out in one moment, as we watched in disbelief as Luka limped to the locker room. Yesterday, an MRI confirmed that Luka in fact has a calf strain, but the Mavs did not set a timetable for him to return, which in truth is a good thing, as there's no reason to let the Utah Jazz know Luka's status heading into Game 1 on Saturday. The worst part about that as fans, however, is we also likely won't know if Luka's playing until Saturday. All we can do is hold our breath and hope, by some miracle, that our superstar will be ready to go by Game 1. That's all I have for sports. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Brandon. If you can't decide what's for lunch today, then I have the perfect suggestion for you. Today is National Grilled Cheese Day. Although nobody knows exactly when this comfort food was invented, cooked bread and cheese has been around since ancient times. Back then, it was usually served as an open-faced sandwich, and the best thing about grilled cheese sandwiches, there's no wrong way to make them. Use any cheese you like and try adding oils, vegetables, and seasonings to make it your own. You can also order on your travels. The easy-to-make grilled cheese sandwich is served in many other countries.
Wow, all this talk about food definitely has me wanting to go get a grilled cheese right after this.
Yes, I also want to do the same thing. I know that there's some great places to check out on the square, especially Dick's Coney Island. They have the best grilled cheese.
Are you kidding? Can we actually do this?
Yeah.
I'm so hungry now.
Thanks for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 here on North Texas Television.